Welcome back, folks. As you can see, it won't be long till we have to use these things. Some of y'all up north are already using it. It's September, 1st September. And if you haven't already bought your year or cut your year supply of firewood, you need to get started. Here we have two pieces of my firewood. This has been inside since probably January. One of the first things you can do to keep from getting taken when you go to buy firewood is get you a moisture meter. 10, 15 bucks on Amazon or Harbor Freight. I got this in the Harbor Freight. I think it was 12 or 13 bucks. It's for wood or like masonry and stuff. It's pretty nifty, really easy. As you can see, it's not that big, but it's accurate to plus or minus 2%. That's good enough for firewood. So yeah, you can get close without this if you know what you're looking for, but this makes it much easier to know whether you're getting seasoned or green wood. Now, here's two pieces of firewood. This got off my buddy. This was cut for a couple years before he gave it to me. This is red oak. This is some post oak or white oak that was cut last year. I actually found this laying on the road. Somebody's hauling firewood, fell off, found several pieces where they didn't secure it. So take our moisture meter. Let's see what we got here. Preferably, I like to stick it in the end. I'm holding the camera while I'm doing this. Uh-oh, gotta turn it back on. And you want to go pretty much center. 8 to 9% moisture in that piece. Let's try this red oak. Red oak is very hard. 9%. Now this has all been inside all year. So, and been rained on or nothing else. I generally keep my wood outside covered up anyway, but I would say 10%. Like I said, this is a couple years old. It was a larger log, obviously, until I split it down. As you can see, that's a good hunk of firewood right there. White oak or post oak, whatever you want to call it. We use that term interchangeably here. So most of my firewood's going to be in that 10% range, and it's seasoned. Okay. Let's start out here at my wood pile. You see I have some covered up, some not covered up. Even though I have bought a tarp to cover it up, which is still in the house, and I just had. But anyway, this is all seasoned wood. The top part is hackberry I cut in January. Bottom part is oak that I cut 2 years ago. This is the same oak I cut 2 years ago. So first off, what you need to know is what is a cord of wood? A cord is 128 cubic square feet. Typically, that will be 3 face cords to a cord. A cord is 4 foot long, 4 foot high, 4 foot high, 4 foot wide, and 8 foot long. A face cord is 4 foot high, 8 foot long. Technically by 16 inches, but not everybody burns 16-inch wood. You got 18-inch long wood. You have 20, 22, even 24. Some fireplaces take 24-inch wood. Some of those outdoor wood burners take really long wood. So, but I think for the most of us, see, this is 13 inches. My stove would take 14-inch wood, I believe, and I cut this 13 inches. Most people probably burn 16, 18-inch wood. So you need to know what the maximum length of wood that your stove will take and buy something close to that. You know, these old not old, they still sell them, the logwood stoves, the real long wood stoves. Those take, a lot of those take 22-inch long wood, and people buy 16-inch wood. Well, you're losing a lot of heat in there that you could be getting. So you need to know what the maximum length of your stove is, and I usually buy wood an inch or two shorter than that, because invariably they're going to cut some of the pieces too long. So now that we know what a rick is, a cord is, in my neck of the woods, they don't use the term face cord. They use the term rick. Now, I don't know who Rick is or how he got a measurement of wood named after him, but a rick in my area is basically a face cord. It's 4 foot high, 8 foot long, by ever how long you need it cut. So another thing, keep in mind, if you have a short stove like mine, and you buy a cord off somebody and they bring you 3 face cords, you just got cheated, because that's not a true cord. On the other hand, if you burn 18-inch wood and they bring you 3 face cords of 18-inch long wood, then you made out, because you got a little bit more than cord. Something to keep in mind. Now this, almost tripped. I got a moisture meter. You can get these moisture meters at Harbor Freight. You can get them off of Amazon. This is going to be your best friend when it comes to buying firewood. This will tell you whether the wood is seasoned or not. You got a lot of scammers out there. You see them on Facebook all the time. Oh, this is good seasoned wood. You look at it and you can tell, if you're experienced, you can tell it's green. They just cut it, but they're trying to sell it for seasoned wood. As far as I know, there is no industry standard what seasoned wood is, seasoned firewood is. I've never seen a standard. Now in lumber, anything less than 19% is considered dry. Now that is a standard for lumber. Anything over 19% is considered wet. That's why a lot of your treated is wet. It's green and wet. I should say anything over 19% is considered green. That's why they consider it green. To treat wood, it takes a lot of water with preservatives, and so that's why a green piece of lumber will usually be a lot heavier than a non-treated piece of lumber. But squirrel. So moisture meter for wood. This one I got Harbor Freight for like $12. You can get them out Harbor Freight, whatever. This one is supposedly accurate to plus or minus 2%, which is all we need for firewood. So let's take our first reading. And can you see it? Looks like 10%. Let's see. That one's 11. That one's 11. That one's 12. That one's 12. See, all this is, now oak, to me, oak seasons a lot slower than other woods. This hackberry is bottomland wood, and it will season fairly quick. Here's some still more hackberry. That's 13 there. Round wood will season slower than split wood. So if you buy your wood in the round, see, this is 13. I don't know if y'all can see that. 12, 13. That's 14. See, that's round wood. Let's see. Here's some oak that's been cut. It's 12%. That oak's been cut 2 years. Let's go and see if we can find a piece of split wood. Man, there's that 9-10% wood. Piece of split wood been cut. Oak that's been cut for 2 years. So here's a piece of oak. Another piece of oak. 13% in the round. Let's get down here. There's 10, 9, 10. So that is what you want in seasoned wood. You want around 10%. You know, you can up to 12, I mean, something like that. What you don't want is something closer to 20%, because that's green. And it will take, at least hardwoods, it's going to take, what the heck? Oh, hardwood like oak, like I say, it just takes a long time to season. I've heard people, oh, if it's been cut 6 months, it's seasoned. Not usually. Depends. This stuff, maybe. Hackberry, ash. Now, you guys up north, I don't know about your wood. I don't know what y'all burn spruce or fir or cedar or pine or something. I don't know what y'all burn up there. Birch and stuff like that. I have no experience with that. All this is hardwoods here in the Midwest and the South. Oak. There was some hickory, but I used all that in my smoker, so I have no hickory. Let's just see what this stuff has been covered. I'm going to guess it's going to be pretty much the same. Oh, let's get down here and, oh, helps if I turn it on. See, that oak right there, 11%. That oak right there, 11%. One more, just for good. Yeah, 10, 11 on that one. 9, 10, someplace in there. So, what was I saying before that? Moisture meter. It's your best friend. I want to, if I'm buying season wood burn this year, I want to know when it was cut. Doesn't mean that they'll be truthful to you and tell you, or won't lie to you. But see, I know a wood yard close by where they have about 50 to 60 face cords, ricks in our, ricks in our area. And I've watched it, and it's been out there all year. It looks like this. Another way you can tell is freshly cut green wood is shiny. It's like oak, it's going to be bright yellow. Now, bottomland woods like hackberry and ash are white. You kind of see how white this is right here. That's in the rounds, but this stuff is really white when it's fresh cut. If it looks bright yellow or whatever, if you're buying hardwoods, if it just looks new, it's probably not seasoned. How do you tell if it's seasoned or not? That's right. The one real true fast way, unless you cut it yourself, or personally know when it was cut, and it's set out here for 9 months to a year. Generally, if I'm just going by general guidelines of what season is, it's cut at least 9 months. Most wood will be ready to burn if it's been cut and split 9 months. Like I said, you've seen the oak. It has a little higher, about the same, a little higher moisture than this. 1 or 2%, so that's not bad. So, also, different areas of the country, some people will fill up a pickup bed and tell you that that's a face cord or a wreck. It is if it's an 8-foot long truck bed and it's filled to the top of the bed. I see people on Facebook all the time selling, wreck is a bed of wood, and they have a 6-foot bed or a 6.5-foot bed. If they fill it to the top, that's still not a wreck. You're getting cheated. Now, if they're just selling you a pickup bed of wood, that's something totally different. But if they call it a wreck or a face cord, then you're not getting it. One real way to know is make you a holder 8 foot long and know when 4 foot high is. Also, you want to watch out for people who do what I call loosely stack. Wood. They stack it loose so that it will, reach that 4 foot a lot quicker. and you really end up getting less firewood. Okay, we covered the size, what Rick. We covered how to tell season from greenwood. Like I said, it just looks older. It's all gray and stuff. I'll show you here in a minute what fresh cut wood. I had a limb fall and I cut some cut the limb about a month ago. So, okay, over here I have some oak that I cut about a month ago. We had a storm knock the limb out. I don't know if you can see. Now this wood, video I had about free firewood, this is this wood here. This wood here is about a month old. You see the difference? I don't know if you can see because of the shade. Let's get a piece of this out. And let's put it up here. See the difference? A month old, a couple years old. Let's check the moisture of this. Make sure I get the right end, because folks, the little probes on this damn thing is sharp. Let's just say there has been blood let to make this video. Okay, see if I can get a good, you see that? 23, 24, 25, that's a month old oak. Let's get a smaller piece and see if it, I'm telling you, oak just does not like to lose its moisture. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, and there we go. Went off. This thing goes off after 15 seconds, so you gotta be using it. Look at that, 27, 28, I don't know, can y'all see that? There we go, 27, 28% moisture. That's after a month. So, now, if I was to take that wood in, let's say I had a fire going, I take this wood in, it's gonna burn slower, it's gonna be more smoke, more creosote, and it's not gonna put off as much heat as this piece here. Well, it might put off more than that, because that looks like it might be just a little rotted, but this wood here, this oak and red oak, and what else is there? There might be some elm there. Elm's a good wood when it's seasoned. The elm seems to take a long time to season too. When it's green, it is, you know, they call it piss elm for a reason. So, anyway, now you know what new wood looks like. You know what about new wood moisture content is. And again, you'll have people tell you that that piece I just showed you, put moisture meter on, been cut for a month, they'll tell you that's seasoned wood and it's going to burn like crap, people. I like to get my wood at least a year in advance. Last year I had every intention of getting more of this free wood. I still got to go get some rest of it this year, but I just messed around, didn't cut enough also last year, and so now I've got to buy it this year. Okay, I'm over here at my other wood pile. You can see it is very low. Let's take a measurement, moisture measurement on this. Let me see, I put T111. This is ash. This is actually the last piece of ash I have. Now, ash is one of the only hardwoods I know that burns pretty good green. That was cut. This was cut 3 years ago, and we're at 9% on that. 8 to 9% on that. Now this was a standing dead oak tree. I don't know how long it's been dead for, obviously quite a while. I thought it was gonna be pithy, and I cut into it, and only the sapwood was bad. Otherwise, this stuff burned really good last year. Oh, and that's at 11, 9. See if I can get a reading on this piece. This stuff is hard. There's 10. So you see, well, let's see what, now these 2x4s are about 3 or 4 years old. 8% on the 2x4s laid up here. So let's see what this T111 is. 11% on the T111. Okay, as far as where to buy your firewood, one of the single worst places I've ever bought wood, a couple times now because I didn't learn my lesson the first time, have been tree companies. Companies that cut trees, limbs, tree services. Pieces of wood be every different length you can imagine. Several times I bought wood when I lived back in town and had the fireplace. I'd say, okay, I can't take longer anything. My stove was 19 inches, so I bought 18-inch wood. I said, I can't take anything longer than 18 inches. Trying to give them an inch. Oh yeah, we got wood because they bring it out. I had wood from 12 inches up to 24 inches long. I called them up and said, dude, really? Didn't we? Well, most of that is around 18 inches. Our guys, they can't measure when they're cutting those tree limbs. I said, okay, why didn't you tell me that before I bought it? So, oh, Mr. Carpenter Bee, gonna die. See him? He's looking for him some seed or something soft to get into. I don't know where he's doing around here. I do have some cedar over here, but I sprayed it like 2 years ago when I put it over there. But anyway, okay, squirrel. So I tried a different tree service the following year, and guess what? Same damn thing. A woodlot that specializes in cutting wood. Where when you look at their stacks, they're all even. Pretty good place. If you know somebody that cuts wood, if it comes with, several people recommend them, is usually a good place. I honestly do not like to buy it from someone who's just doing it seasonally because, again, bad experiences in the past. One of the people I used to know, she had a son who was cutting wood, pecan wood, to sell to make extra money one year. So I called him up, and the thing was, I had to go get it. Okay. Because if he delivered it, it was going to be like $20 extra. I didn't live that far from him. I mean, I'm talking 8-10 miles. But I was okay. Trying to help the boy out, right? So I call him up. Well, yeah, I've got a couple of ricks of wood. I can sell you. They've been cut a while, but I don't think they're seasoned. Okay, I appreciate you being honest, but I'll still take them because I can burn them next year. So the day comes, and I call them up because I said, hey, it's going to be at the end of the week before I can come get it. I'm working. No problem. Just give me a call before you head this way, and I'll give you the address. Call them on a Friday. I told them, be Friday. Call them Friday afternoon. Hey, I'm coming to get that wood. Oh, I forgot. I had to sell that wood to my friend's mom and dad because they were out of wood. The hell, what? You done promised that wood to me and you done sold it? Oh, but I didn't tell him that because, once again, he's friend's son. I'm trying to be, encourage the kid to get out and work. He goes, but I'll tell you what, I'll cut you 2 ricks and bring them to you. Won't even charge you for delivery. Okay. That was about 5 or 6 years ago. That wood's never made it to me yet. Still waiting on that wood. So I don't like to buy from individuals, especially if they're just done it in the winter to make extra money. I'm sorry, I just don't like to buy it that way. I prefer your wood yard, especially if I can go by it several times during the year and see them have firewood out there. Or if it's a processor who's known in the area, good firewood, I don't mind. So anyway, just keep those little tips in mind when you go to buy your firewood.